Really think pro tem. We'll never forget that. Go out and tuck her in and sing along.
They won't be there long. A couple weeks.
Said tonight, rather than that Wednesday night, that's the time we get to the polls. But it never missed.
Who does?
Matthew?
That is so nice.
Yeah.
That is just cool beyond words. That is great.
I said, how many times is a little lady gets personal text thanking you for voting for this? I give. Send her a text thanking her for getting out the vote today.
Yeah.
So that made her pretty good. Yeah, I turned my phone off and then turned it back on.
Greenville City Council will come to order. First thing we need to do is appoint Kim as pro temp clerk. Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Here.
Brown,
Here.
Ely. Here.
If I can get everyone to stand for.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes was sent out. Are there any additions or corrections? If not, they will stand approved as sent. Approval of the current financial report that was mailed out. Take a motion to accept. Move. Who is that? Mr. Godwin, move to accept it.
Approve the minutes.
Pardon?
Let me take a motion to approve the minutes. You don't?
No.
So you're just approving the financial
Do
report
we need to take them?
They never do. You always just approve them as.
all together?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was that?
Godwin,
Okay.
call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely. Yes.
Okay, approval of the agenda. There's no, nothing to add, correct?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, it's been moved to approve the agenda as presented by Mr. Schmidt. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely. Yes.
Okay, moving on, public hearing. Anyone in the audience?
Anyway.
Nobody else? Anyone? Moving on to administrative reports, Honorable Mayor.
Thank you, Council President. I did a couple of things. I was really happy to stop out the water plant the other day. It was Tim Sackett's last day at work. Had a little party, had some pizza, and got to talk about some of those stories and stuff that some of the guys out there. So it was pretty cool. So it was fun to be there. I appreciate being invited to. It was fun. I don't know if I'm taking away from your list, but it was good. It was a good deal. So how many years do you have in? You know, 30 at 30 years in. Good deal.
Yeah, 24 with the city,
Oh, yeah.
6 with another township, I guess.
Good deal. Happy for him, right? Go fishing. Okay, so one of the cool things we had going on for the city was the EPA, which was instrumental, or that's where the money came from for the lead line replacement project. It's still going on a little bit. But, the EPA Deputy Administrator for US lives in Indianapolis and commutes to Washington back and forth. And then the administrator in Chicago for the region, they were here the other day, Friday, and there were several administration there and some of the council members. So I think it went really well. I think they were impressed with the people that came to the meeting. We met downstairs in the classroom downstairs, and it was pretty cool. It was, I think they were thankful. They learned some things that we brought up that I didn't bring it up, but between Gary and Scott and some people, they on how the project went, and it did go really well. In fact, they were shocked that we already finished it. Now there's a little extra money coming in. We're going to do a few more lines, but everything is done really well. I told them at one point, I said, one of the big things we know it goes well is like we didn't hear hardly any complaints. There's a few people that mentioned that the roads were torn up but they got them all patched, and I haven't heard much about it. And boy, I tell you, when you got something like that going on, it's like the people usually complain. So we knew it went well. So it's pretty, and the people that did the job were great. Outdoor Enterprises. So they did a fantastic job for us, talking with the residents and making everything, make sure it was working out right for everybody. So it was a cool deal. So they were like, I think they were impressed enough that if there's ever a chance to get some more money, that they're certainly going to bring some our way if they could. So pretty good. Yesterday I was at the Holiday Inn Express. They had a grand reopening. Chamber of Commerce had a ribbon cutting. These guys are pretty good guys, Sam and Romney. Their first names like, and they were even shortened because you can't. I asked the guy once, you can't pronounce it. He didn't even try. But they're really nice guys. We met them a few times at some of the chamber events, and they told us about it, and we're planning on doing it. But that place is beautiful. If you ever know anybody that looking for a place to stay in Greenville, I tell you, boy, that's a really nice hotel. They put nearly $2 million into it after they bought it in order to fix it up and make it look good. And we talked to a lot of the staff, a lot of the people that the check-in people and all that, and their eyes were there. It was really cool. So it was a fun time. They had a big food spread. I tell you, it was amazing. Could have had another 20 people there. But it's great. It was nice. There's some good people, and we're happy for them to be here. And there's even a chance maybe they might even expand. So everything's going well. So good deal. The Dark County Park System is partnering with DECA, Dark County Community Center for the Arts, Dark County Center for the Arts. They are going to have a big celebration this summer. In June, I think it's June 17th and 18th, a 2-day event. And they're going to unveil a new statue of Tecumseh, and they're starting a arts trail. And they have several people already and companies that are going to have things made and put it along the trail. So when you walk down this trail, there'll be a lot of things of history and a lot of sculptures and paintings, and I don't know about paintings, but a lot of stuff that have the history of the Indians and that type of thing. There's going to be a 2-day celebration the 17th and 18th of June. Starts at noon on the 17th. I'm going to be on vacation. I won't be able to be there, but Ryan's going to look into it, or if somebody wants to go look at City, it'd probably be great. And it's also the 50th anniversary of the Dark County Parks. So it's a big celebration for them. So there'll be a lot of people coming from out of town. I don't know if anybody has lately seen the plaque that is downstairs, and we put it in the display case now. So it has an Indian horse and a face, Indian face on it. I would think that there's a good chance that the woman that donated that might be coming. So that'd be kind of cool. She's involved with the Indians, I think up in Michigan or something like that. So she had that made and gave it to the Greenville. One other thing, Dark County Center for the Arts is celebrating a great season. It's the end of their season. We got an invitation. We would try to get to that later on another week or so, but I guess by invitation, because they're all doing arts. They'll show some artwork, and then we got a band playing. It's has had some old doors and stuff. So next meeting, we will be able to talk about it, tell you what's happening there. So other than that, that's it. I'll pass. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Safety Service Director lined up.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a few things for this evening. First of all, we had the pleasure, a few council members were able to come, and city administration on Friday, the 29th. Fitzwater Tree and Lawn Care planted a tree out in the park by the main park restrooms, a sawtooth oak, and for Arbor Day. So it was it did a big to-do and had some preschoolers come and help plant the tree. So we did a photo op, and it was just a great little event. And so we really appreciate that. We've lost about 120 ash trees in the parks. So every new tree planted is a help to get it back to the level it once was, to get all those ashes replaced. So a big thank you to Fitzwater Tree and Lawn Care. This Saturday, the 7th, is Prom, Greenville's Prom. It'll be at Romer. So you see kids dressed up in tuxedos, and we're going to have a horse-drawn carriage, I hear, and fancy cars and limos. So it'll be a nice little evening if you have nothing else to do on Saturday. Next Saturday, May the 14th, is our annual YOLO half marathon that runs through the city. That starts at 8 a.m. out in the park, and it goes through the entire city and ends back in the park. It'll be wrapped up by probably noon on the 14th. And then last but not least, our Dropbox is still going well. Officially May 1, we shut down the Dropbox on the side of the building, and now the only one open is the one out there on the island. So that's working really well. ACH payments are going well. Just a reminder, anyone who wants to sign up for ACH or emailed invoices, it'd be a big help for us.
2 months running on yours and no problems?
No problems. Yep, I was the guinea pig and Kim was the guinea pig. So we did our ACH before anyone else, and yeah, they've been taking the right amount out. So
Highly recommend it, right?
Yeah, it's easy as long as there's money in there.
That's right.
With that, I will pass.
Thank you, Mr. Delk. Law Director, Mike Raymond.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Been continuing to work. I know we had talked a little bit the last couple of meetings, continuing to work with the county on some of our nuisance properties. So I had a meeting with the assistant prosecutor, and you're going to see some more movement on some properties. There should be a couple that are coming up for sheriff's sale, and hopefully we can turn them over and continue to move down the list and focus on the next problem. So had a really good meeting with her, with Margaret Hayes, to continue to tackle that problem for the city. And other than that, staying busy, still working on the joint fire township, and with the city and the township coming together, going through all that planning. So we've been busy. And with that, I'll take any questions anybody has.
So our hope is those properties go in foreclosure and then someone buys it and fixes them up.
That's our hope.
Yep. And in the past, that's worked.
Correct. We can't predict what's going to happen in the future, what they're going to go for, who's going to buy it. Currently, we've got a good group of investors that seem to be looking for those properties and have done a great job fixing them up. The one thing that we know is we've got a problem with the properties now, and it's not getting fixed. And so kind of doing nothing in the routes that we've taken to try to work with the property owners, it's gone nowhere. And so, we feel like while it may not be a complete solution to get them turned over, we got a much better chance seemingly with the new property owners. And so that's kind of been our strategy so far, and we've seen decent results on them. And the other big part of that is when we get these properties turned over, getting the new owner to come in and do it, saving the city, because the city's not expending funds to go out and make the renovations themselves and to abate the nuisance. And so that's kind of our goal, as well as to be fiscally conscious about where our funds are going and how we can spend them. And then when nobody buys them, the property comes back to us, just like Martin Street. And so we're still trying to work through that and figure out what to do with that going forward, but we've been working on that as well.
Okay. Anything else for Mike? All right. Thank you, Mr. Law Director. City Auditor, Roxanne.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I just have 2 items this evening. First of all, I believe that all of the council members, or at least most of the council members, have received a questionnaire from the auditors. And I would ask you to fill, it's very short and sweet. Just make sure that you fill it out and return it to the auditors. You can do it online. So
Was it everyone?
Their email.
Do you know who it's from?
I know, Clarence, I know.
He's looking at me.
Yes, I know you were on the list. There were several, I didn't know if every one of the council members were listed.
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, that's a look again.
We all got it.
Did you all get it?
Loris, Leon, me, Clarence, Doug, Jeff.
Okay, I'll look.
Yeah.
Who's it from?
My on there?
From the
You are not.
auditors.
What's the name, do you know?
Julian and Group.
Ryan, I believe so.
Okay,
Julian.
I'll take a look.
I might
Yeah,
have deleted it.
Julian.
My Ella, my Amy, Emma,
It'll take you all of 3 minutes to fill out.
that
So,
person.
so like I
My
said, don't forget to do
AELA.
that.
In the house, hosting.
The other item I have, we do have a need for a finance committee assignment to review further community funds requests.
Right.
At some point this evening, if you could get
Yep.
that set up.
Yep, I was gonna do that.
I might have deleted
next.
it.
Okay, and with that, I pass.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
There it is.
Committee reports. Do we have any committee reports come back? So I wanted to kind of review. So currently we have 3 committee assignments out there. We have the ad hoc for the 121 and Russ Road sidewalk sewer hookup. And that is, I think that was extended till June. And then we also have the code and enforcement officer. That was extended till June. And then we have the ad hoc joint fire district. And I think that's just ongoing.
Yeah, we're gonna meet again next week. on that.
So-
It's still going on.
So that's the current, and then I have 5 new committee assignments to hand out. So 3 for the utility. I believe the first one is the annual review of the water rates. So that is something that has to happen every year. Last year, I think we did it in kind of later in the year before it actually went in effect. So we need to be prepared for that. So if you could get that rolling and have a date, let's say by the 2nd meeting in June, you could have that back.
For the water rate.
Yeah, for the water rates.
Okay, so what's that meeting date? 2nd meeting in June?
Yeah, so that would be, you need a day.
I can look it up later,
Okay.
it's fine.
And then the other 2 assignments, you can just do these together. So one is a request for hookup fees to be waived for the Subler property out in the new industrial park. And then the other one is a review the request for a reduction of the meter size for the Brethren's home. Okay, any questions on that?
What's the date on both of those?
Both of that, we need both of those back pretty quick, right?
We have time. I mean, I think if we do them all in June, like do 2nd meeting in June, if we're gonna do them all together.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yep.
that'll be okay.
So 2nd meeting in June for those. And then on the finance committee, we have two requests for community funds. One is for the Aero Models and one is for the Annie Oakley Festival. And I believe, Doug, you already have that. So those, when do we need those back by?
I think the hope was that they were gonna set a meeting on the 17th at 7 PM to do it before.
Okay, is that the plan? Okay, so if you can have that.
Good for me. Yeah, we'll do it then.
Okay, so if you can have those back by then, that'd be great. Okay. Any questions on those 5 committee assignments? Sorry to spring all that on you. All right, next we will move on to ordinances and resolutions.
Mr. President,
Yes,
are you gonna do one on refuse
on what?
trash?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh, good.
Okay, so that is we want that as an ad hoc, right?
Or council will hold might even be a better.
Okay, council as a whole.
Committee of the whole, you wanna do it?
Yeah.
And what is it?
It is for the reviewing the possibility of doing our own trash pickup for the city of Greenville instead of contracting it out. So our contract runs through
Next year.
Yeah, April, end of April next year.
so
But we need to move fairly quick, because if we're gonna do something like trucks and equipment and things are about 6 months out.
So what's some idea, so on some dates, so we could do a off Tuesday, maybe like the 24th or next Tuesday, the 10th. Anybody have any problems with doing it on the 24th?
I'm not available that night.
What about the 10th? Next Tuesday,
That'd be next Tuesday.
yeah.
I'm gonna bring me a cake.
The 10th?
Your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, I can be here.
Everybody else good on the 10th?
Same time, 7:30.
Usually when we usually do them a little bit early. Would anyone have a problem doing them like 6?
Prefer.
Well, as Mary lets me know.
Not a problem.
So 6 p.m. on the 10th. And I would think that's probably might take a couple meetings, right?
I have a really good plan. It's just whether you want to pull the trigger or not, really.
Okay.
You got a good plan?
Really good plan. Solid.
Solid waste.
Yeah.
Just pull the trigger.
All right.
Off the side. Well,
We just need money. That's it.
All right.
Easy now.
Ordinance and resolutions, number 1. That's right.
Ordinance, supplemental ordinances, supplemental. A resolution advertising for the bids. What? An ordinance to make additional appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Greenville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year December 31st, 2022. The supplemental ordinance allows for, sorry. I have to take a motion first before I give you the. Or no, I didn't give you this. No. This supplemental ordinance allows for the appropriations in the general fund and the American Rescue Plan Relief Fund, and the sum as follows. New equipment, police department in the amount of $1,000. These funds are needed for police equipment and provided by a Walmart Foundation donation. Professional services, city building in the amount of $5,000. These funds are needed for a proposal for the city's HVAC system. Salaries, American Rescue Plan Relief Fund in the amount of $663,355.04. These funds are needed to reimburse the general fund salaries that were provided by the American Rescue Plan federal funding.
Make a motion to suspend this rules and read this by title only, second and third time.
Been moved by Mr. Godwin, to suspend the rules, give this ordinance second, third reading by title only. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely. Yes. An ordinance to make additional appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Greenville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2022. An ordinance to make additional appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Greenville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2022.
Move to adopt the ordinance.
Been moved by Mr. Rogers to adopt the ordinance. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely. Yes.
Next, we will move on to resolution authorizing bids to rent municipal lands along KitchenAid Way.
A resolution authorizing advertising for bids for the rental of the municipal land along KitchenAid Way. This resolution authorizes the safety service director to advertise for bids for the rental of the municipal lands adjacent to KitchenAid Way.
Move to suspend the rules, give this resolution second and third reading by title only.
Been moved by Mr. Rogers to suspend the rules, give this resolution second, third reading by title only. Discussion. Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
A resolution authorizing the advertising for bids for a rental of municipal land along KitchenAid Way. A resolution authorizing advertising for bids for rental of municipal land along KitchenAid Way.
Move to adopt.
Moved by Mr. Whitaker to adopt. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
All right, next we move on to new business. Are there any new business? No, any old business? Okay. Do you have any reports from Dolores on the outside committee reports for the Council of Aging?
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to ask that you defer this to next month, my report, because they have a board meeting coming up next week, and I would like to have some fresh information. Everything is going as per their website, but I'm hoping when I meet with, sitting on a board meeting, I might learn something new to share with you. So that is my request, if that's permissible.
Yep, not a problem.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Communications.
We have the income tax report for April that was distributed.
Wow, we're flying through this. Call council.
Godwin,
I know we just talked a little bit about trash a few minutes ago, and Rumpke sent out a mass mailer to everybody about the rate increases that's going to happen, or already have happened for the city of Greenville. And I talked to some residents here in town, and they have, it's a single person living in this house, and they have a 95-gallon toter. And the rate for that, is $20, according to their paper, is $20.26 a month. And, a 35-gallon toter was $15.76 a month. And they raised the trash bags to $3.57 a piece. And I figured it up. If you use 4 of them, you use 1 a week and put it out there. The benefits of having the toter would be that it's $1.48 difference a month for the price of the bag versus a 35-gallon toter. And the benefits of having a toter is you get 3 large item pickups a month, which is, like a couch or a mattress or, a large item. And they, then they also have a 65-gallon toter. And, people can save a lot of money if they sit and look at the size of the toter they have out there and what you're putting out in it every week. And, you can save yourself some money if you sit there and look at that. And, they got 3 different sizes, 95, a 65, and a 35. And like I said, you get a benefit every month if you use the toter for the large pickups, which is $1.50 more a month for a toter. And if anybody's got any questions about their toter, they can call Rumpke direct is 1-800-828-8177, or they can go to Rumpke's website is www.rumpke.com. And with that, I'll pass.
Morris,
We did have a good time the other day. Friday, at least the rain held off for the tree planting out there. So that was a pretty good crowd. There had to be 40 or 50 people out there.
Great to see the kids do that.
Yeah. And they had, the school had bought plastic shovels. I tried to give Roxanne one, but throw dirt in the hole there, but had about probably a dozen little kids out there. So that was a neat time and a great turnout. I've been hearing some positive feedback on the Dropbox. Great idea. I'm glad we got that up and going. I think Kim, on the bottom of the utility bill that I just got, the water bill on the lower right-hand section, it does still say the north end of the building.
okay, I'll let her know.
We have Kim Monin
They just shut it this week.
work on that, and I thought, oh, if it's going to be closed down to just update that for the island drop.
Yeah, they just put it, actually, I think it was yesterday, because I was in there and they're drilling it.
There you go. And then along with the 50th anniversary celebrations, of course, is Greenville Girls Softball Association. That's this Saturday. We'll have the whole north end of town tied up. The way it seems, we'll have exhibition games, 20-minute, 30-minute exhibition games all throughout the day. Opening ceremonies are actually at noon with the flag raising. The VFW is coming out for that. Marty McCabe, on behalf of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, is going to do the opening prayer. So it'll be a good time, fun time. And hopefully now they're saying a little bit of rain in the morning, but high of 60, I'll take that any day. So with that, I will pass.
Schmidt,
I will pass.
Whitaker,
I'll pass.
Brown,
A couple things, the survey, I'll say, I completed it in between meetings, so it's painless, it doesn't take long. It was certainly a pleasure the other day. I was here for the EPA meeting. It was fun, just, I'm still very new at this, and so trying to learn everything I can about everything I can. Most of it was over here, but was still trying to learn. It was good. I got to talk to Gary for a little bit. He's a very energetic individual, and that's the most I'd talked to him yet. The Arbor Day thing was cool. It was fun to be a part of that. Thank you to Fitzwaters for donating that. It was funny because Roxanne tried to get out of the picture, and ultimately, I don't know if anyone saw the picture that was posted, but she is in the picture that was posted on Facebook, and the rest of us somehow avoided it, so I'm not sure there. The preschool that did it, that was cool to see the kids have fun. I was fairly sure we were gonna have to call the squad at one point. There was a couple kids that got close to head level with shovels. But no, it was all good. So lots of fun, lots of good stuff. The tree they planted, I was glad they explained that it didn't bloom because it looked like they were planting a dead tree. So I was certainly glad they explained that however it blooms. So with that, I'll pass.
Ely,
I'll pass.
Mr. President.
Yeah, just quick meeting tonight. Thanks for everyone for coming. But I was thinking there's always someone that steps up. We were talking about Fitzwaters, and Doug and I was talking before the meeting about the wall at the baseball diamond is in need of repair, and we had someone donate money to I think it was 180 sheets of plywood. So there's always someone steps up in this community. It just makes you really proud to be part of Greenville. So, and with that, I pass. Take a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Rogers to adjourn.
Godwin.
Yep.
Morris,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Whitaker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.